Welcome to your power flow practice. Woo! Lots of energy today, so today will be fun, but let's not go wild just yet. Let's get started in a child's pose. Taking the knees wide, connecting the big toes. Maybe taking a little bit of movement to release into this shape. Lengthening out the arms. And if the forehead is able to connect to the mat, allowing it to connect. If there's a lot of space today, using a prop to close the gap and support the head. And then taking these first few breaths to really allow yourself to arrive fully in your body. To land completely present on your mat. And maybe even to begin to notice anything you might be carrying with you into this practice today that won't serve you. Maybe beginning to bring some mindful release to those things. Staying here together for 3 more full breaths. And for these breaths, I invite you to bring them not only into the belly, but really think about drawing that breath all the way down to the base of the spine, expanding through the back body. And starting to get curious about what you would like to create in the next 45 minutes of this practice. Keeping the lower body exactly where it's at, the bum drawing towards the heels. Slowly begin to guide the hands off the left side of your space. Beginning to feel that energizing, awakening of the right side body. Whew. Might be really speaking to you if things are tight today. Slowly release through center. This time we guide the arms off the right side of the space. And even as we move from the left side to the right side, beginning to notice differences in side to side, beginning to pay attention to those subtle messages. Maybe everything feels really balanced today. Maybe there's something barking at you, telling you to focus your energy and attention here. Slowly walk the hands back through center. This time, draw the hands in towards the body, rise all the way up. Tuck the toes, take the knees to land beneath the hips. Landing in a tabletop position, beginning to cycle through some cow-cats. Good opportunity to check in with the wrists. If your wrists are feeling good, keep the shoulders stacked above the wrists. If your wrists still need a little bit of warm-up, just walk them forward a hair. And beginning to take the gaze up with the inhale and releasing down towards the mat with each breath out. Always knowing any additional movement that feels good is welcome. Final round here. This time, slowly drawing the hands in towards the body. So you get to choose here how much space there is between the knee and the wrist. But allowing the hands to land and then beginning to, beginning to breathe some life into your cold, dead wrists. No, just kidding. Sort of. Beginning to awaken them, to invite that movement. Another good opportunity for you to decide how this best serves you. So that might be really small. I don't know if I can take small enough circles today. That might be really small, really gentle circles, moving at a slow pace. Maybe they're a little bigger. If you haven't traveled in the opposite direction, begin to do so now. Awesome. Walk the hands forward a hair. Take the fingertips towards the outside edge of the mat, and then we're going to continue with those circles. And always knowing if it feels better to draw the hands a little closer to the knees, a little further away. You can always do that. Like this. And all of the movements, today and always, serve you opposite direction. Okay, let's pause from these circles for a hot second here. Take the fingers back towards the top of the mat. Draw the knees to connect at center. Tuck the toes. Woo! Walk the hands towards the knees. Roll up onto the toes. You might physically, and I mean like with the assist of your hand, spread the toes out, or maybe you just use your energy or your mind to really create space between the toes. And then release the knees back to the mat. It feels good to sit back on the feet. Do that. If it's a little spicy, take the hands forward until you land at that sweet spot. And we're going to interlace the fingers, create some circles, maybe some figure eights. I don't think I ever make figure eights. But maybe the intention of the figure eights. Ooh. Hands in the opposite direction. I think I'm going in the same direction. Intention is everything. Just honor that intention. Okay, release. A little shake out. Release the right forearm towards the sky. Palm towards the sky. Gently take the right fingertips with the left hand and begin to draw them back. Don't get too spicy here off the hop. Just check in. See how your forearm is feeling. This is like my most favorite. Tired forearms. And plus, we're like totally not focused on the pain in our toes from our toe squat right now. Just kidding, now we are. Gently release, roll out the right wrist, other side, left forearm to the sky, slowly drawing the left fingers back. Final few seconds here in this toe squat. So if you've got a little bit of space to explore, maybe you sit back a little bit more. Embrace the bird. Okay, let it go. Roll it out. Gently roll out the wrist. Come back to this tabletop position. Lift the toes. Wiggle them back to life. Tuck the toes. Knees come hip distance apart. Taking one final round of circles. with the shoulders stacked above the wrists and gently moving. So just acknowledge, I know for my body, my wrists were super tight, so they're feeling a little bit better, got a little bit more space, taking a second to acknowledge that, moving in the other direction. Always nice to notice those. I mean, this is a small, tangible win. A little more space in our body, we're winning here. Final time. Awesome. Tuck the toes, walk the hands forward. Send the tailbone to the sky, downward facing dog. These 3 breaths are yours here in our first down dog of the practice. Finding some movement that feels good, whatever that looks like today. Final breath. Slowly, with a generous bend in the knees, look towards the hands, walk the feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, rise up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Just like that, one more time. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale to fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Draw the hands to opposite elbows, finding your ragdoll shape, maybe with a generous bend in the knees. We're here for 5 breaths, finding any movement that feels good, maybe shifting side to side, gentle sway at center. And I invite you to maybe even close down the eyes, really look inward, get quiet, and release your expectation about what this shape should look like, and instead let these breaths be yours. Really just move in a way that feels good. Finding movement that nourishes you, that meets you exactly where you're at today. Hang out here all day with one final breath. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step one foot, then the other. Backward in a high plank. Holding here for 5, from the knees or from the toes for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gentle shift forward, release, low plank. Inhale to upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet here, take a little movement. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale to rise. Maybe a gentle back bend this time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, high plank. Pausing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gentle shift forward, release to low plank. Inhale to upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. Heels in, toes out. I'm gonna turn here. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. And as you exhale, hands through heart center, sink down to yogi squat. Know that you have options here. If it feels good to take support beneath the bum, take that support. Another awesome assist that I just came across recently is if your heels are lifting, place something beneath the heels. That might be a towel or a blanket. And I think a lot of the time we don't think we have enough time to use proper support in our practice. I mean, we won't be here for that long, it's not really worth it. But if it would serve you to use support beneath the heels in this shape, then always do that. Linger a little longer in it, pause it and come back. And if your body needs a little coaxing into this shape, as mine always does, find a little bit of movement. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the right arm to the earth. Inhale, peel the left shoulder open to the sky. Maybe the arm doesn't extend, maybe it comes to the hip. That's a good place too. Exhale back to center. Left hand to the earth, right arm to the sky. Woo! A little tighter on that side. Exhale back to center. One more time each side. Release the right arm to the earth. Extend the left arm to the sky. Exhale through center. Inhale, left hand to the ground, right arm to the sky. And release to center. Take the hands to the mat, draw the feet back beneath the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, lift the palms to the sky. And as you exhale, gentle side twist, gentle extension, side body stretch to the right. We'll get there. My words will get there, our bodies are there. The words will come, maybe. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. One more time. Kind of making a banana shape almost from our feet. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. This time as you inhale, release the hands. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. And release, step back, high plank. We're gonna find shoulder taps. Stay with me for a count of 20. Take the feet mat distance apart. You can keep them narrower. I like to take them a little bit wider just to help stabilize. Want to avoid the rocking as we tap from side to side, really pull everything in. Beginning with right hand to left shoulder for 1, for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Release, take the feet back, hip distance apart. Shift forward, release to low plank. Inhale to the most glorious upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. A deep cleansing breath here. One more time. Left leg extends. Kick that plank behind you. Left leg extends behind you. Step the left foot to land behind the left wrist. Back foot comes to a 45. Rise up, warrior one. Words are tricky all of the time, especially today. Hips are closed. Rooting evenly through both feet. And release the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Definitely fix your pants. Interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders down and back. Inhale to open through the heart center. And as you exhale, folding forward, humble your warrior. Inhale, rise up. Open, open, open. Exhale to fold. Lingering here, one full breath. Inhale, rise up. Release the hands, extend them overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Slowly take the weight into your front left foot. Coming into a modified warrior three. You might keep the hands at heart center, maybe releasing them to airplane, or if it feels good and you won't punch your wall, extending the arms out in front, finding your warrior three. Really thinking about softening in that standing leg, rooting through the big toe mound. Wherever the hands are, draw them back through heart center. Gently rise up. Release the leg or keep it lifted. Slowly step back to a 45, about a foot or a foot and a half, 2 feet. Coming into our pyramid pose. Gently hinging forward from the hips. Hands might stay on the hips. You might release them to the mat, to props. We're doing hard things here. This is good. And checking in, if your default is to lock up that front leg, mine is, notice if you're doing that and undo it. Get a little karate punch to the back of the leg. Soften in that standing or in that lead leg. One more glorious breath here. This time with a generous bend in your front left leg, step the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Keep the right foot ground down. Step the left foot back to a 45. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one, right side. Woo-hoo-hoo. Pull the pit of the belly into the spine. Holding here. Slowly release the hands behind the back. If you can remember, I don't know if I can, take the opposite pinky on top. And usually we default to the way that feels good. So switch it to the side that feels a little more awkward. Inhale to open up through the chest. And as you exhale, humble warrior, right shoulder finds the direction of the inside of the right knee. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to fold. Holding here for a full breath cycle. Inhale, slow rise. And release on the exhale. Inhale, arms extend overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding our warrior three variation. On this side, slowly shifting the weight into the foot. Praying more maybe if this is your weak side. Set that drishti gaze. Claw into your mat. One more breath. Hands come to your heart center, slowly rise up. Thanking God we didn't smash our face. Slowly step your left foot back to a 45, finding our pyramid pose on the right side. If you have released the torso forward and you notice you're gripping in the neck, kind of looking around to see what's up, what your roommates are doing, just let that tension go, let your head hang heavy. Invite that release. Awesome. Both hands to the mat, bend the front leg, step the left foot to meet the right. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, step or hop back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward facing, that was a struggle. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in and out here. Release the right leg. Release the right leg to the sky. Really good positioning of that plant today, I nailed it. And then slowly draw the heel into the bum, open up the hip, and just stay here, one breath. Create 3 circles in one direction. Woo! Hand in the other. And you can open up the hip for this. You can keep the torso closed, whatever feels good. Heel to the bum. This time opening up, staying here, or flipping your dog. One more breath, hips to the sky. Slowly release, root through the left hand, stack the feet. Whoa. Side plank. Maybe you stack the feet and the feet are like, we're not doing that today, actually. This is a good spot. You might even take a knee down, lift the leg. I'm gonna get spicy with this plant right quick. Or you might keep the feet stacked and then lift the leg. Slowly release, coming back to our high plank. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back, downward facing dog. Look to the hands, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high to low plank. Inhale to upward, and exhale, downward facing dog. You know where we're headed, we've got a second side. Send the left leg back. Draw the heel to the bum, open the hips, pause here, one breath. Then creating some circles or circle-ishes, 3 in each direction. If your breath is labored, know you're not alone. Heel to the bum, open up. Stay here or flip your dog other side. My favorite part about this shape is that it always feels kind of like a break after opening our hips in our three-legged dog. One more strong breath. Root through the right hand this time, finding your side plank, whichever variation is calling to you, whichever variation your body is willing to do. Draw the obliques away from the mat. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Release. High plank. Connect the big toes, take the knees wide, press back to child's pose. Finding some deep cleansing breath here, a little movement. Draw the hands to the body, and then we'll take a second to, and by a second I mean a couple minutes, to explore an inversion. So finding an inversion of your choice that might be, I'm going to take a forearm headstand. Seems like I don't even know what I'm going to do. That's kind of true. You might take a forearm stand or a handstand. You might come to your back and take a waterfall, or if you get a wall right there, good chance to take a quick legs up the wall. Absolutely anything is perfect. If you're taking a forearm headstand, it's new for you or you need a little refresher, taking the palm to the forehead, finding that spot where you kind of tap your own melon with your middle finger, creating a cradle with the hands on that melon tap spot, drawing the elbows in towards one another, stacking the bones, and then slowly with control, walking the feet into the body, shifting that weight, and rising up. Remembering to breathe, setting your focal point, engaging everything. Reminder, if this is not a new shape for you, but you're looking for a way to add a little bit more depth, you might do maybe crunches, taking the knees to the chest and slowly extending. Drawing the knees to the chest. Extending. Maybe a bazillion times. I'm going to do 2. We'll stay here for one more breath. And then gently lower. From wherever you're at, coming back to a child's pose. Always taking that time to counter those fun shapes upside down. Release the tension. Awesome. Slowly rise up and go ahead and grab a block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. You can just pretend you have a block. And then coming down to our backs. You don't need it immediately. We'll use it in a second. But beginning by connecting the soles of the feet, coming into a reclined butterfly shape. Awesome. Relaxing, right? Almost. Okay, from here we're going to find a bridge shape. So it's not going to look exactly like your conventional bridge. Keeping the feet drawn together, you can keep the triceps ground into the mat and make fists, kind of pray fists. Or release the hands to the mat, whatever feels good. On an inhale, lifting the hips up, squeezing the bum, like really feel this in the hip flexors if your hips are tight. Think about squeezing that bum in, drawing the feet together. Sometimes I like to feel, hey, what's going on? Where's this working? Maybe you need to squeeze a little more, send the hips a little higher. Slowly release. We'll do that 2 more times, progressing each time. So that was about a 3 count. We'll do a 5 and a 7. Inhale to rise, and you can interlace the fingers, roll onto the shoulders, create a little bit more space. Really squeeze your bum. We'll relax, but not yet. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. 1 final round. 1 more time. We can do 1 more time. Okay. Hands to the mat. Rise up. Maybe interlacing fingers. Final push here. Lifting 1 inch higher. Really think about your hip bones and the roof, the ceiling, the sky as a magnet. You're being pulled up. Hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Draw the knees into the chest. You might keep the toes connected, maybe some space. A little gentle shift from side to side. Release the soles of the feet to the mat. Keep the feet about hip distance apart, and then go ahead and grab your block. Again, if you don't have a block, that's cool. If you don't have a block, keep the thumbs connected. So it's just like you have a block, an invisible block. If you do have a block, hold your real block. And we're going to present baby Simba off of Pride Rock for 10. So it'll look like this, all the way up. Keep your feet rooted down. Slowly up, slowly down. And if that's not for you, coming to a crunch. So that's good too. Totally options. Beginning together for 10. Glorious presentation. Rising for 1. For 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 4 more. 7. 8. If you're up for it, for the final 2, really slow it down. Slow the movement up. Slow the movement down. Final 1. Like we're moving in slow motion. And release. Put the block down. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left leg in towards the body. Hands may interlace over the shin, maybe over the thigh. Depending on when you're leaving pose. Really take what you need from this. If a little bit of movement feels good, find that movement. If you land and you're like, I want to linger in a still hold. And stay there. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm releases to the earth. Supine twist to the right. Make any adjustments to keep the shoulders weighted down. I always like to think about somebody dumping a sandbag on my shoulder. Because we all use sandbags every day as Albertans. One more breath. Slow release back to center. Extend both arms out to a T. Plant the soles of both feet, hip distance apart. Slow release of the knees through each side. Really gentle windshield wiper movements. You might land and linger. You might swish a little faster, like it's raining. Coming back through center, extend the left leg this time. Right knee draws in towards the chest. Window leaving pose, right side. Finding what feels best. And just notice differences from side to side. I kind of got a bum hip on the right side right now. So it screams. It screams, thanks for doing this. Do more of this. Do less of the other stuff. But if you notice that, treat it differently just because you landed in stillness or you leaned into movement on the first side. Know that you don't have to do the same thing. In fact, it's awesome to acknowledge differences and honor them through our movement. Finding a gentle twist to the left. One more glorious breath here. Amazing. Release back to center. Draw the knees to the chest. Find that easy side to side movement. We're going to finish before we come into the best part, Shavasana. Finish with a shoulder stand to plow. Repeating. I don't know, my words aren't working. You know what's happening. So shoulder stands out for you again. You might do waterfall here, taking a prop beneath the bum, sending the soles of the feet to the sky. We're really not feeling this today, and you just want to hang out in a legs up the wall. You have a couple minutes to do that, so scoot a loop to the wall. If this is for you, know that we're going to take 2 rounds. And I especially like knowing when we're going to repeat, so you have a little bit of time to ease into it. So especially with plow, if you haven't done it for a hot minute, ease in. Maybe bend the knees, take more of a death man's pose the first time, taking the knees to the outside of the ears. Shoulder stand, I always feel like welcoming a little upside down down square. Whew. One more breath. Slowly allow the feet to release, to plow, maybe beginning with a gentle or generous bend in the knees this time. And that might even be connecting the feet to the earth behind you, but keeping the knees bent, not lengthening fully this round. It can look like many, many different things. Just find what feels best for your body. Slowly release back into shoulder stand. On our second and final round. One more breath. And when you're ready, release to plow. Two more breaths here. Gently guide the knees in towards the chest. And as you root through the hands, release one vertebrae at a time. Coming to land on your back, taking any final movement that you might be craving. Maybe that's gentle rocking, maybe that's extending the arms overhead, releasing the feet. You might even find a happy baby. When you feel satisfied, gently and very slowly releasing the feet to the bottom corners of your mat. Allowing the hands to rest palms up beside the body. Taking a full breath in. And as you let it out through the mouth with a sigh, relaxing and releasing fully into Shavasana. Linger here for as long as it'll serve you today. And if you're ready to close your practice with me, slowly awaken the body through some easy movement of the fingers and the toes. And gently begin to draw the arms up and overhead. Lengthening out for a good morning, good afternoon, maybe a good evening stretch. Slowly begin to walk the heels, the feet in towards the bum. Drawing the knees into the chest, hands come to the shins, chin to the chest, squeeze in here in a small bowl of gratitude for one breath. When you're ready, gently draw the hands to the back of the thighs, the chin to the chest, rock and roll up and down your spine. Coming to land with the eyes still closed in an easy seated position. Drawing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Finding 3 deep cleansing breaths here to close our practice. Inhale through the nose. Let it go out the mouth. Bringing in peace and gratitude. And letting go of that no longer serves. One final time. Hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing space, building a little heat and loving on our bodies to have the best day.